Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made a profit these last few months using FEN tokens and the items that you can get from FEN tokens. This is an extremely effective way to make a good deal of money, and that's why I'm releasing this late, because I wanted to make sure that what happened with my 100 to 200 PED challenge doesn't happen here. Once I release this video, a ton of people do this if I release this video too early. So here's what's going on, okay? I've got all this stuff ready to back it up. Basically, over the past few months, what I've been doing is buying these things. Where are they? FEN tokens. Now, FEN tokens are these tokens that they sell for about 100, well, now they're selling for 135. They're selling for 137%. You can use FEN tokens to buy nice little guns like this. And what you're going to see is these guns are selling for 144% in the case of the AR Matrix BP20. And in the case of the SB10, I've already sold one for 100 and I think it's 52%. Let's check my offers. 152% was the last one I sold for. Now I'm going for 156%. But what you're going to see here is there's a huge disparity between the price that the tokens cost and the price that the guns sell for. This is crazy because if you buy the tokens, go to a token trader, you can buy the gun. Now the token value, the TT value, goes into the gun. So I spent 25 tokens to get this gun. So let's run the math here, okay? Or that sword, it's a sword. So 25 tokens, that's what it cost me to get it. Now if you multiply that times 1.37, actually it's 1.372, because that's what I paid. I paid 137.17% markup. You see that this gun, this sword, cost me 34.3 PEDs to get. It also cost me 1.44 PEDs to list on auction, meaning a total of about 35.74 PEDs is what it cost me to get this sword, or this little knife, with so basically to buy the FEN tokens, the gold FEN tokens, on the auction it cost me 137.17%. Then to go and trade those for the FEN edition knife, it didn't cost me anything, but I did use 25 tokens, which means the value is 25 times 1.372. That's just to deal with the percentages. Then to list on auction was additional 1.44 PEDs, which means it cost me 35.74 PEDs total, like with listing and everything covered. Now you take that and you subtract that from 38, you've got a fact that I made 2.26 PEDs of profit selling this little knife. And all it takes is, it's super simple. If you're at Twin Peaks, you can literally do this in under like 5 minutes. So that's a pretty damn good return. Now let's do the other one, okay? Just because, you know, why not, right? So the BP20 is a gun. The BP20 cost me 45 PEDs or 45 FEN tokens to buy. So again, 1.372. So it costs 61.74 PEDs. Again, let's assume 1.5 PEDs this time to list because it's a little bit higher, but actually it was more like 1.4. But we're going to leave it at that. This one cost 63.24 PEDs to run through the whole process. You subtract 65 from that, or 65 minus 63, you've got a 1.76 PED profit. Now you see I sold this gun already, so you can see I'm actively making this profit, and this method works out extremely easy. It's super easy to do, and there's really no time at all involved in doing it, which is why this works, right? A lot of people spend all this time trading and finding deals and doing that when a deal's sitting here and it's so good. It's almost too good to be true. You want to take advantage of that. Now, for instance, these FEN tokens are selling for 136.36%. That's going to give me 1% extra profit, which in the case of most of this stuff isn't that much, but it's still something. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy them. Why not? Let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna just run you guys through my process real quick, just so you sort of know how this works. So we're going to buy these FEN gold tokens. So there we go. We've got those tokens. I'm going to buy these two just to keep things. Should I leave them? No, I'll buy these two. Let's buy these. Why not? 136 point whatever percent. It's a pretty good number. I just want to buy it all, just so no one sees what's going on here. All right, looking good. So we got that. So let's combine all these tokens that we've bought here. You can see we've got 71 total tokens. Now, once you get those tokens, all you do is run out here. This is Twin Peaks, by the way. I think I said that already, but I just want to tell you guys that. While we're running, let's convert to shrapnel, because that's always something you want to do. So let's run out here. And let's just go ahead and buy these, just so you guys can see sort of how it works. I'm not going to show you listing, and I'll go over why in a bit. So the SB10, 25 FEN tokens, let's just buy one of those, because I sort of want enough to buy 2 each, like, you know, a gun each. So let's buy that. So 25, we're going to get the SB10. Look at that. We got a little bit of a swirly global type thing. That's sort of cool. I don't want to do that too many times, though, because people are going to start to get suspicious. If they see me, like, getting globals and globals and globals, they're going to be like, what is Serial Overdrive, or in this case, Daniel Ottman Jackson, doing? So we're going to buy this gun. This doesn't signal anything because too many people have bought this. And then if my other guns had sold, what I do is run up to auction and put them up for sale. We can go ahead and put them up for sale just so you guys can see the list price and know that I'm not bullshitting. Because I know some people, recently there's been a lot of people accusing me of falsifying facts, which I haven't done at all. But recently a few people have said that. So I want to, you know, make sure everything's clear. So let's go to the auction. Let's go ahead and pretend we're going to sell these guns. Or this gun and knife. So first we've got this knife. We sold it for 144 is what we said. So again, look at that. It's 1.04 PED. So we made a little bit extra on that. The knife has this knife is actually, oh sorry, it's not 44, 144%. It's 152. That's what I'm selling them at. Or I said 56 for one, 52 for the other. But you guys can see the markup's a little bit lower than what I calculated. So there's a few extra PECs of profit in there. And one thing to also keep in mind, actually, I'll show you the gun too. One thing to keep in mind, you're going to make more off the knife than you will off of the gun, just because of the way the percentage works. But if you want to make maximum profit, you probably want to be selling both of them. Again, with the gun, you can see 1.5 is what I assumed for the auction fee. It's actually 1.48. I wasn't too far off with that one, but you guys can see I did pretty damn good with this. Like, there's a pretty solid profit here, and it's pretty easy to pull off. So here's the one thing you want to consider. Now, with these guns, for instance, let's do the BP20 FEN edition. With the FEN edition, there's only 2 for sale, right? You want to keep it this way. You don't want to flood the market, because if you flood the market, these things are not going to sell. You've got to remember that. And if they don't sell, then you're going to lose money on them. So let's check out the SP10. Or what's it called? SB10? Is that it? Yeah, SB. I guess it's like something blade. So that makes sense. So the SB10, there's 3 of them on the market. You don't want to put too many on, because if the market gets flooded, people are going to start looking. They're going to start looking who's selling it. And if they see Daniel Ottman Jackson is selling 1 million of these blades, they're going to wonder why I keep buying these blades and why I'm putting them on auction. They're going to figure out what I'm doing, and then they're going to take advantage of that. Or there's going to be someone that undercuts me, and eventually you're going to get to the point where nobody's making any money. Another thing to consider too is what happens if you have to hold on to these guns. And that's something I always consider. Like, I'm like, would I mind getting stuck with this item, especially in the case of these FEN guns? I'm making something, but not a ton. And my sort of thing was, I didn't think I wouldn't mind, because if you look at this, like this gun, 92.9% efficiency. If you get stuck with this gun and you're a level 70 pistolier, you're getting an awesome deal. Honestly, 137% for a gun at that efficiency is a steal. Now, it's a level 70 gun, so you might be able to get some level 70 guns for cheaper, but you're not going to get one that is that efficient. That is a gun that you want to hold on to. Again, with the BP 120, 75% efficiency. That's a lot higher than what I'm using here. This is like my LR20, and that's got 63.2% efficiency. There's a huge difference there in efficiency. With these guns, even though you're paying a little bit extra for the gold tokens, you can do pretty good, even with like this LR20. If you're pistolier, like, see, 79.8%. That's not as good, but that's still not too bad. And that's sort of what justifies a lot of the markup on this, and that's why people are paying more for these things, because the markup is just insane. So if you look at the 2 items I've got, they're pretty close to my skill level. There, recommended level's 10 here. Skill progress, I'm pretty close. Here I'm not close, but I'm getting there. And it's got 72.4% efficiency. And with the pistol, it's an even better situation, 83.2% efficiency. The recommended level's 20. I'm almost there for the damage, not quite there for the hit. But if I get stuck with these guns, I can eventually use them later. Another thing to consider too is there's nothing stopping me from holding onto these guns and selling them during the summer. During the summer, their value is actually probably going to be a little bit more because they're going to be harder to get and they're extremely efficient. So, if you take that and you look at a gun like this, where I'm getting 63.2% efficiency and the markup's 116%, it sort of makes sense. You're paying a little bit extra because you're getting a little bit better efficiency. So the price makes sense, but the fact that you can buy FEN gold tokens, go trade them in and get that gun yourself, that doesn't quite make sense. The only thing I can think of is some people, they might not want to deal with having 1 or 2 tokens left over in their inventory, but if I get stuck with this one FEN token, I lose 37 PEDs and I've made maybe 20 PEDs total off this whole thing. I'm probably when this is all done, I'm going to have a couple hundred PEDs that I've made just trading these guns day in and day out. Usually it takes 1 day for them to sell. So if you do that, every other day that I'm in Entropia or whatever, you figure I'm probably making somewhere between 20 and 30 PEDs a week. And if you run that out over the months and just however long this event lasts, I'm not doing too bad. So that's just one of the ways that, like, someone who's a trader and more interested in sort of the economic areas of Entropia universe can sort of take advantage of this game. I'm not giving this to you guys to make money with because the FEN token event's probably over by the time I post this, or it's about to be over. But I'm giving you this because I'm hoping that in the future, some of you guys, particularly savvy ones of you, are going to think of this video and think, how can I take advantage of this event, and maybe see a loophole or see something that makes sense for you so that you can go ahead and make a little bit of money. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Also, this is like a whole market arbitrage, I believe is what it's called in real life. That's a whole thing that people do, and people make a lot of money doing it. You can do the same thing in Entropia universe. A lot of these concepts I'm going over in Entropia, they do have real world examples and real world options where you can do this. In this case, this would be, for instance, like, let's say, I don't know, you've got a phone and it's made in China, and the phone costs 100% more in the U.S. You can fly to China, buy 10 of those phones, fly to the U.S. It's slightly illegal if you're not paying taxes, but fly to the U.S. and sell it. Now, that's like import-export type thing, and there's a lot more details, a lot more regulations that are behind that. Mindark here, they don't really have any regulations. They just say pay your auction fees and you're good. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that with you guys and sort of give you guys get you thinking about ways that you can play this game and play it smartly. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you're watching my channel for the first time or you're new to my channel, I've got a ton of other videos like this, and new videos are coming out every day. So maybe you want to subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.